Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to show you how to make senior pants, which are very similar to Marti Gras fringe pants. So one of the traditions at my high school is to make these fringe pants as a senior for homecoming. So there are a couple of things that you're going to need if you want to make these pants. So the first thing you're going to need is a pair of jeans. So that's the base, is a pair of jeans that are long enough, and you want them to be either a wide leg or a boot cut or a straight cut. You don't want something that's skinny. Cat, you're not helpful. So the first thing you need is a pair of jeans. The next thing you're going to need, Cat, is a good pair of scissors. You're going to do a lot of cutting for this project, so you're going to definitely want a pair of scissors. You're going to need, if you're going all the way up to the thigh, you're going to need about 6 yards of fabric. I use polar fleece, but you can also use a cotton. The last thing you're going to need for sure is a ruler, just so you can measure things out. You can estimate it, but I find it's helpful to have the ruler. A couple of things that I found helpful were a rotary cutter and a mat and a long ruler, so you could at least score the fabric so you knew where to cut. A crochet hook, so that you can, as you're looping the loops through, you can stick this through and grab the fabric from the other side instead of trying to have to push it up through the hole and pull it with your fingers. My fingers got a little bit tired doing that. And then the last thing that I found helpful was some sort of stitch marker. This is just a stitch marker for knitting, but something that you can stick through the hole so you know where to start again. Just makes it a little bit easier. For a little while, what I did was I just looped the next tie through and then tied a few extra ties in there so that it doesn't, so you know exactly where you're going to start. So the first thing you're going to want to do when making senior pants is you're going to want to take and pretty much right on the hem is here, you're going to want to make cuts that are about ½ an inch or so, all the way along the bottom, about a little bit more than an inch apart. I had 18 all the way around the bottom, but just depending on how wide the bottom of your pants are will depend on how many you'll have. So that'll be your first cut for the ties. So right on the very bottom, here's the inside, just right there. I did one on each side of the seams, so those ones are a little bit closer together, but then it's about 1 inch to 1.5 inches apart, like that. Then, once you do that, you're going to have to cut up about 1 inch. Above that, just keep going up as far as you want to go. So cut 1 inch, cut 1 inch, cut 1 inch. The thing that was super helpful was to do all of the cutting and then do the tying instead of just doing one row of cutting and then tie. It makes it lay a lot flatter, which is easier to cut. I felt like it went a lot faster when you weren't constantly changing what you were doing. Another thing that I found super helpful was to cut a ton of really long strips. And I cut them with polar fleece. There's one way that's stretchy and one way that's not. I cut the strips the long way was stretchy, so it's a little bit easier to tie them. You can do this with cotton, but I chose to do polar fleece because I like the way that polar fleece feels. And it also keeps you warm. I cut 1 by 6 inch strips. So I cut really long strips that were 1 inch, and then I took my ruler and I just went, okay, that's 6 inches, and I cut that. And I cut a ton of those all at once. Then it was time to tie. Fold the fabric, make a cut that's about ½ an inch, then move over and do it again. take and push the strip of fabric up through the new hole. Grab it and pull it through. And then pull it through the other hole too. Then you tie it. So what I'm doing is I put I have a knitting stitch holder just to know where I stop each time, because I find that easier to pick back up. And then I'm looking at my last stitch. So I have it so that the pant leg is over my left leg, the part that's done. So I stick my left hand into the pant leg. And so then I'm taking, I figured out the next stitch is going to be white. So I take a white tie. I take the end of it in my left hand, and I put that into the pant leg. I'm just going to take off the stitch holder. We don't need that anymore. I'm using a crochet hook, but you can just try and stick the fabric up through that hole. I find it easier to have something to pull it through, because at least I am having some problems getting it through the hole. Sometimes I got caught on. Okay, so once I get half or part of it through that hole, I'm going to take my left hand back in the pant leg, my crochet hook through the hole that's right before it, grab it, and I want to grab toward the end of it so I don't pull the other half of the tie out of the other hole. Just like that. Pull it so that the ties are even, and then tie it, and then you repeat that. So next is navy blue, left hand in, and keep going. Just keep cutting, just keep cutting. Last Here they are, all finished, and I hope this helps you make your senior pants. Give this video a like and subscribe. Here are some other people's senior pants.